it weighs you down deeper than you know. Yeah, it weighs you down deeper than you know.
Be still, my darling. All is well, my darling. Your anxious heart may as well be slow. Oh, it weighs you down deeper than you know. Yeah, it weighs you down deeper than you know. Oh, darling, don't be scared of time changing us both. Death will leave our bodies, but it'll never touch my soul. If you are afraid, the heavens don't let go.
Welcome back to Tightlining, Maryland. I am out on the gorgeous Gunpowder River. I am going to be fishing today for brown trout. It is basically my home stream. I don't fish it a ton just because to some degree, although there is a large population of browns, they just really don't get that big. So your average fish in the Gunpowder is usually about 8 to 10 inches if you're lucky. So with that said, considering I can get to some other streams in just maybe 20 to 30 more minutes and have a better chance at some larger fish, I don't fish it as much as what I usually probably would for most people if they live this close. So anyway, I'm excited to get out here and throw around this double nymph rig. I'm going to use some Lively Legz flies today and just see how that goes since I just made a recent purchase. But you know, just happy to be out on this Black Friday. I've made some purchases, not today, but throughout the week. I got a new camera for the stream. I actually have it on me right now, so I guess I can show you that. I got a Canon M50, so I'm eager to eventually set that up and start using it. I bought a new GoPro. You know, just again, I know I just got a drone, but these are basically my last purchases. An upgrade of the GoPro. The one that I'm on is a 5 Hero that I bought 3 to 4 years ago for the same price, if not more than what I just paid for a 9, which is going to be incredible. But made some upgrades to the gear, excited to fish and get some better content and just better visual quality for you. So thank you as always for tuning back in. I hope you enjoy, and let's try to get some fish on the board. So now we're at one of my favorite riffles of this particular stretch of stream. There's usually some nice browns in here. Oh, there's a take. Usually some nice browns in this spot. Got a really nice log jam here. So they have the cover, there's no doubt about that. And honestly, one of my biggest fish ever on the Gunpowder was caught in this exact hole. I'll put a link for that up in the description. I mean, that was a huge brown that I got really lucky to get, quite honestly. But if you get a chance, check that out, man. What a fish that was. We have on a double trouble, and we've got on so the double trouble is a size 14 that I've got on, and the Frenchie is a size, I want to say 16 right now. And right now we're just working it through, you know, the back side of this riffle, trying to hit the far side bank. There we go. Picked up one on the double trouble. All right, let's get this guy off. There we go. Oh no. There he is. All right, cool. So the Lively Legz double trouble, I mean, I always read good things about it, see a lot of people catching fish. I personally haven't really gotten a chance to fish them much, but I'm very happy to have brought him out today and have landed a fish. So let's take a look at this guy. You know, the brownies of the Gunpowder, man, they're something special with just how pretty they are. So we're gonna get this guy back. There he goes. So one thing I'll say is that you know, being that the fish are post spawn, you gotta watch where you walk. You know, don't tread on my red. So, you know, you can kind of see in the water, and I am maybe 6 feet out from the bank. I'm another 10 plus feet from where I want to fish, and part of the reason is, number one, I don't like to be close to the fish, and number two, right now, because we're post spawn, you know, I haven't seen any fish actively sitting on reds. But what you don't want to do is that, since those eggs can take months to kind of fertilize and hatch and then ultimately have your next, you know, generation of fish come up, what I don't want to do is walk through these light areas, because if you look at the stream bed, you can see it's dark. You know, yeah, there's a couple lighter stones, but there's no patches that are just gonna naturally be clear. I mean, this stream looks black, and the reason why is because it has all the sediment, you know, and things of a natural stream bed. The reason why it gets so light is because those trout are going to fan out that area to be able to lay their eggs. So therefore, you know, as you walk, typically right below the head and in the middle of a riffle, yeah, there's not going to be typically active reds, but just above the heads of riffles, or especially in the tail outs, you know, look at this riffle, and then it kind of stops right here. Well, right here in the back is where this red is, and I can see another one down there. Those are prime areas for where you should not be walking, where fish might be spawning. And I would tend to agree with a video I saw from Lively Legz, you shouldn't fish over those actively spawning fish. You know, some people won't fish at all, and I respect that. But for me, what I'll do is I'll just be extremely careful with where I wade. You know, obviously I'm not going to fish to any active, you know, spawning fish on the reds. And in general, you just have to take care of the waterway. Be mindful of what's going on in it, and, you know, hopefully treat it with some respect, and ultimately it'll hopefully treat you back with some years down the road. So what we're doing here is we're double nymphing. We've got on our, you know, 10-foot 3-weight Syndicate, the, you know, the setup for Tightlining Maryland, the one that I stick to just about in every video, 95% of them. So we've got our 10-foot 3-weight Syndicate P2 pipeline. We've got our Lamson Liquid 4 5-weight reel. Our mono rig, which again I'll put up in the link for the description for how I typically set it up. And then, because the gunpowder is only at like 30 CFS, it's super low. You know, we really need some rain, and I know that this week we're supposed to get some, which is good, but we need a couple inches of rain, honestly. But what I've got is from the tippet ring. At the end of my tippet, I've got about, I would say, 3 feet until my first fly, which is my Frenchy fly that I tied. And then on the bottom, I've got I believe it's a Double Trouble by Lively Legz, and I want to say it's the Hare's Ear or Natural, you know, one of those two. I forget what the exact color is. You'll have to excuse me for not knowing. So what's cool about those is that with those Double Troubles, they've got the Lively Legz on them, which is pretty standard. I mean, that's why, after all, they are called Lively Legz. So they've got these artificial rubber legs, but then what they've also got is kind of a secondary set of almost like antennas, or, you know, something that basically comes off of the back. You know, like an extra set of legs, or you know, something to that effect. So those Lively Legz Double Troubles just have a little bit more articulation in the water, and people tend to really have some good success fishing those. So because of the fact that we're fishing winter, we're trying to get it down, we're, you know, just nymphing up the bottom, I figured why not try these Double Troubles and see what all the hype is about. So maybe today we'll kind of uncover a new successful fly that otherwise we don't fish. So excited to see how these produce today. So we're able to pick up one right over there by that tree. That looks like he took the more natural Baetis nymph. Let's see if we can't get our net ready. Oh, slide him over. Our second fish of the day, gorgeous brownie. Well, that was unexpected. And I can't say that I didn't think there was a fish there, but I certainly didn't think I was going to catch it. So that's nice. He was right in front of that tree. So, excellent spot for a trout to be hiding. So we can't say that we're exactly surprised where that fish was. You know, this is a tough place to fish. There's no doubt about that. You know, if you're a dry fly fisherman, you're probably not doing a lot of fishing here, although you could. It'd be a little difficult. You could definitely swing wets into this. This would be a great spot. This whole riffle would be just gorgeous to swing wet flies into. Streamer fishing you could probably do. Nymphing is a little hard, but not impossible. So what we did is we just basically, we cast it up into the top of the riffle. And as that thing was drifting down in, right at the base of that tree, you know, right where a fish likely could hold, because they're going to get that cushion from the front side of that obstruction, that's going to present a soft spot. Sure enough, that's where he was sitting, right there. There we go. He took that beta nymph. Oh, off he comes. Couldn't get the net together quick enough. You know, we would have a fish to our name, so I would deem that to be success. We would have that fish if I could have just pulled my net together a little bit more quickly. Note to self, next time, keep the fish in the water. Picked up a nice little wild right there, so let's get him back in. There he goes. Alrighty, that's going to wrap it up here for Tightlining, Maryland. It was a successful day out on the Gunpowder. It was nice to be able to come out and catch, I think it was 5 fish overall. You know, it's just a different style of fishing. It is not necessarily the small streams like I usually chase, so it was nice to get back out on my home waters and be able to catch a few fish. So I appreciate you tuning back in. Thanks for all the support, and tight lines the next time you hit the stream.